Motocross is about sacrifice and suffering. Motocross at altitude separates the men from the boys. From over a mile high in Lakewood, Colorado, this is the world's toughest motorsport competition.
Oh, it's Jackson! Oh no! Huge crash!
And he's not getting up. He's injured.
Ryan Dungey wins here in Colorado.
Round 3 of Lucas Oil Pro Motocross is live on MAV TV.
Today we're going to challenge motorcycles and athletes at 6,000 feet of elevation for round 3 of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing. It's the True Value Thunder Valley National. Hello everyone, Jason Wygant, joined by multi-time motocross and supercross champion Grant Langston in the great state of Colorado for round 3 of what has been a very unpredictable Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship thus far. Grant, will start with our 250 class, which will be coming up first here on MAV TV. 4 points separate the top 4 riders in the series.
Yeah, it's been quite crazy to start the season. We've got 2 brothers up in the top 4. They've got a champion, Alex Martin, getting his first overall win last weekend. Fantastic feeling for that family. Joey Savacci, great round 1, but I think got something to prove coming in round 3. But like you said, 4 riders, 4 points after 4 motos, and I expect more guys to win, like Cooper Webb.
Yeah, it absolutely can be even further mixed up if that's possible today. Now, as far as the 450 division goes, Ken Roczen is the points leader and has been the fastest rider so far. But today's story is really Eli Tomac, who is dominating the championship a year ago, coming into this, which is his home state race. And then this crash here ended not only his bid for the title, but his entire season. He's not quite been the same rider since. He needs to turn it on today.
Well, I agree with that, Jason, but today, fastest qualifier, he looked like the old Eli Tomac we expect. I think being in his home state, this is a jump start he needed. I think today could be the day he pulls it off, takes the win, and gets his season back on track.
We'll show you how we go racing here on MAV TV. We'll have 2 classes. Our first hour will be a 250cc race, and in the next hour we'll go right to the 450s. They will each run 2 motos. That's later today on NBCSN. You see the second motos, and in each class we combine those 2 motos to determine an overall winner for the weekend. You have to be consistent in motocross. Now, for more of what it's like down on the racetrack, let's introduce Georgia Lindsay, who's at the GoPro starting gate.
Jordan Smith on the Geico Honda. Now, coming into the season at Hangtown, it was awesome to have you on the podium. Great start to the season. Last weekend didn't go so well for you or Christian Craig. However, you're on the bike today. How is the track here at Lakewood?
Yeah, the track's pretty tricky here today. They put a lot of water on it in practice, and it's a little muddy out there, but it's going to run up and tack up good, so should make for some good racing. Lots of lines.
Now, you did kind of, Christian Craig landed on your back. You got a bit of a sore back. How's it feeling now? Are you 100%?
Yeah, it's feeling pretty good. Just down at MTF all week and did a lot of rehab and stuff on it. So it's pretty good now, and see what I can do out here.
Thank you.
MTF, the Millsaps training facility, Georgia. That's where he did a lot of his riding growing up. Continues to do it here. We'll see how Jordan Smith fares and the rest of this field against him after this.
The Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship is brought to you by Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world. Geico Motorcycle. See how much you can save on motorcycle insurance.
Back here at Thunder Valley in Lakewood, Colorado. 5 minutes till we drop the gate on our first 250cc moto of the day, Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. Grant Langston, let's get to the KTM keys to the moto. Tell us what we need to do well today.
Well, this track has the longest ruts I've seen at a motocross track, long ones down the hill, and we've seen how many good guys have been taken out over the years. Control your breathing. We're at altitude, a mile high. If you get out there and get a little too excited too soon, it may ruin your whole race, even if you're fit. And of course, the pressure of the red plate. We saw how it affected Joey Savacci last week. Can Alex Martin, for the first time in his life, be leading a championship, be able to control this? Let's see.
Here's a Kawasaki track map. Take us for a tour here of Thunder Valley.
Thunder Valley on the side of the mountain, so this whole track is basically sort of off camber, but straight up the hill, around the first turn, drop off, hopefully you get that whole shot down to the lower part of the track, and then long uphill climb, horsepower hill as I like to call it. Some of the 250 riders even battling to get up that step up, soak this hip jump up, get back on the rear wheel, gas it to the top, then turn, and then drop back down. Another one of these high-speed downhills. The braking bumps get very deep through here. We saw Marvin Muscan have a big one here last year. Then back up the hill, on the throttle hard, step up, another step up. Then this year's change. It's just a quick horseshoe 180, step down the hill. Let our arrow catch up, step down off this. And this section here took out James Stewart, Eli Tomac, and many other riders over the past year. Very tricky, downhill, bit of a camber, and it bends through that tight section. Then the big triple step up the top part of the track, the Red Bull, through the Red Bull Arch, around the big sweeping turn where there's a huge crowd up on there. This section tightened up a little bit. It's a little more of a chicane through there. This part of the track, all the same as years gone by, as they sweep back around. On the right-hand side is basically where all the pits are. Step up the Lucas Oil jump. That's also a triple step up. This section here, a little tricky. Off camber, some rollers, guys struggling through there in practice. Then you will go past what is now the Fram Mechanics area. Make your right. Whip it over the jump and hopefully get the checkered flag first.
Hook back onto the starting line from there. Here's Joey Savacci, who you mentioned earlier, was the points leader until a week ago, had an off day, 7th and 9th in the motos. But what we're going to do here, Lit Pro has been helping us out this year. It's our insight. We're going to compare a 250 and a 450 bike and show you up these hills at altitude the difference.
So this is the corner right out when they come up the start straight, getting to the top of the hill. Dungey hits a higher top speed, even though he's braking already there. Look at the gap. He increased the gap and then come down the hill through that corner, goes from almost a second to a half. Then watch the mile-an-hour difference up the hill. Dungey 42, Savacci at that same spot. So you see over that crest, changes up a little bit.
Yeah,
but look at that line
side by side.
Yeah,
yep.
So look at their line selection even. Look at someone like Savacci, able to kind of keep it a little bit tighter, see Dungey a little bit ahead. But watch how with Savacci arcing these corners, see the 450 riders like Dungey, a little more of a diamond of the corner where Savacci's right there with him. But then watch when they start going up Horsepower Hill. You can already see at that same spot.
4 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but that's huge in racing.
And Dungey ends up gaining 0.6 of a second up one hill. And here's the crazy part. Their overall lap time, Dungey was 0.7 faster. So he was made up so much time in the very first hill.
Yep.
250 made it back the rest of the way around. Let's get our GoPro track preview.
Here's the hill we're talking about. That's a step up that's going to get tougher for these guys. Then you come over here, hear them roll off the throttle briefly just to try and soak it up. Back on the gas, you can hear that bike wheel spinning. Top part of the track, you see the Thunder Valley sign, then back down, see everyone down below. And then these here, long, deep ruts. This is early in practice, so it's relatively smooth. But you'll see as this day goes on, this track has produced some gnarly ruts, which makes it tough to be consistent.
About a minute before we drop the gate here, let's update you on the weather. Doesn't get much better for racing than this.
It's beautiful out there.
All right, so it's good. But again, everyone will be dealing with the elevation and an uphill start as well. Puts most of these 250s in first gear coming off the gate. They don't do that very often.
About a 25 to 30% horsepower loss. So for these guys, that's a huge difference. Fly 30-second card is up.
All right, the Yamahas have been the bikes to beat last week. They swept the podium. They got the points today with Alex Martin. Joey Savacci did get in there as far as winning the first round. Would like to get a little revenge today. Zach Osborne told me no matter what, whenever I qualify, I am picking the inside gate.
Man of his word.
And he exactly did that. Fly Racing 30-second card goes down. The riders focus on the starting gates. Time to go racing at Thunder Valley.
And there's those Yamahas you were talking about.
There we go. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be the 17 of Cooper Webb, the 1 of Jeremy Martin, and the 23 of Aaron Plessinger. Even the big guys getting a good start.
I was going to say, Plessinger, that's a whole shot for Plessinger to see him up front there. And look at this, the whole star Yamaha racing team all there, but someone just got in there, Jordan Smith.
Smith's got good starts this year, had a couple of them at Glen Helen, had a good one in her second moto last week, and he's going to be the lone soldier to try to mix it up with all these Yamaha boys. Jeez, man, every one of them is up there.
And that gamble for Osborne paid off, hugging the inside of the start. Didn't get to the first turn first, but sitting in 6th place just behind these guys. So that was very smart and tactical from Osborne.
About as good a start we've seen from Osborne this year. So Webb takes a look over his shoulder, realizes that it's Jeremy Martin right behind him. And Jordan Smith in third, battling it out with Plessinger. Now down to the inside goes Plessinger to try to take third away.
Yeah, see with down in horsepower. It's tough for these guys sometimes, especially early when it's slick to get around. Oh, speaking about getting around, is
Alex
that
Martin.
Alex around the outside of his teammate? Yes, I believe so, and he makes it stick.
Oh, it's going to be tough, though. He had Smith right in front of him as Jeremy Martin goes after Webb for the lead.
Yeah, these opening laps, the track's changed a little bit from practice. There's some moisture down. Ooh, Webb just pinches that line off, takes it away. Says, not right now. I'd like to lead this a little more. I'd like some clear vision.
I want to ask you, though, how tough is it to battle like this? I mean, the track looks like it's soaked, and the lines aren't even there right now, and they're battling pretty hard.
It's very tough. That's why you often will see someone in the top 10 will go down the opening laps, because it's you're trying to push, but it's a bit of a gamble because you just don't know how much traction is in the dirt right now, and sometimes where to go because the lines have changed. Up the inside. Has he got it? Cooper carries his momentum around the outside. Now another drag race. Past the Fran Mechanics area. Gets a kicker.
Wow. I thought Jeremy was going down. Can he hold on to the lead? Cooper's going to come back and be on the inside of this next corner, and he takes his teammate all the way wide and holds on to the gap.
That was some great side-by-side racing there. You see Jeremy Martin charge into that little wall before the finish, and it actually hooked the frame. Like you said, Jason, if that jump was maybe a little bit bigger, that could have been not so pretty. But needless to say, still right there. First and second, the two teammates that we talked about at the beginning of the season that we believed were probably the two odds-on favorite for the title. Then we questioned Webb because of his wrist. Now, not so much. He looks good, and his fitness is right there, so I expect him to run this pace the whole race.
Webb won the first moto 1 week ago at Glen Helen. The second moto, the wrist got to him in an odd way. He actually hasn't been riding a lot lately and is got blisters on his hands, so that hurt him in the second moto. But the first moto this year, he's been fast. Jordan Smith now going after Martin.
Yeah, Smith just trying to take some different lines, and that's the luxury that he's got right now. Webb obviously going a little more towards the, what I would say, conventional, we'll say predictable lines, which is giving these guys the opportunity to explore the outside lines, which I think, since they fluffed up some of these outside lines a little bit, you see guys are choosing to take that outside.
Inside line for Pletzinger. Will he be able to get Jordan Smith?
He made it work. He tried last lap. He got close, but came up short on that step up. So I'm able to get it done.
1, 2, 3 for the Yamahas again. And don't forget Alex Martin, your points leader, back there in 5th. So this is what they've been doing all season long. Now in qualifying, you did see a couple of the Monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki's get in there speed-wise. They did not have the starts in this one. So it's back to these two dueling, Webb versus Jeremy Martin.
Now that was crazy because Webb, I think, thought, oh, well, Martin almost went the long way around me the lap before in that corner, switched up his line, and then Webb almost lost the lead from, you know, the complete opposite line he took last time. So great game of cat and mouse here between these guys, sizing each other up.
Jeremy Martin will look over his shoulder to see who it is behind him. Now he knows it's Pletzinger, and I think he's trying to feel out the lines.
And Webb blocked again there. He's very smart. You know, he's crafty. When he hears someone coming up, he goes, okay, that line must be working. Switches it up, doesn't give him no chance.
Watch out for Pletzinger here on the outside. Going to pull up right behind J. Martin. Oh, a pass has been made by Alex Martin.
So you just need Mitchell Harrison in there to make this a Yamaha advertisement.
Yeah, this is a darn commercial for this YZ250F right now. I mean, they are covering all the lines of the track. They're side by side. They're battling. One, two, three, and four.
A mixture of gear colors, which we haven't seen too much from Yamaha. It's usually always been traditionally just blue and white. Now we're seeing a little yellow, a little red. Helps us identify the guys as well sometimes.
I like how Alex running the red plates, going with the red gear as well. He's saying, yeah, you're darn right, I'm the points leader. I'm proud of that red.
He's making a statement.
Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Yamaha pilots. This is about one of the most dominant runs I've ever seen. Certainly the Pro Circuit squad had their years, but to be 1, 2, 3, 4, you don't see that very often. Jordan Smith not happy about it. He's trying to come back on Alex Martin for 4th as Jeremy Martin goes after Webb again for the lead. These guys have been close the whole way.
Hey, they just, yeah, I mean, every time you think Martin's going to make the pass and Webb chops him off, protects it. But I almost feel like at some point Martin's probably going to get around. It might be a good thing for Webb just to see some of the different line options. And we've said it before, when you're in front, everyone else has the luxury to see where you're good and where you're not. But they're putting some distance. Oh, something must have happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
all of a sudden, a huge gap.
Smith is in 3rd, and we've lost. Oh no, Plessinger's still there according to timing and scoring, but lost a chunk of time.
Yeah, but he was all over. Okay, yeah. So we had a crash with Alex Martin is the one that actually went down, And we have it. Your points leader and Plessinger as well. Two of the Yamaha riders together. Oh, man, I'm telling you what, the red plate this year is a bit of a curse. A rough weekend for Joey Savacci, who had it last week. And a rough one now going for Alex Martin, who has it this week, leaving these two alone to battle. And you know it is going to be a battle. They are teammates. They act fairly cordial to each other. But I know that they know this is, each guy is the guy that everyone expected to be the main contender for each other.
Basically,
they know it.
It's pretty simple. It's hard to have two high-profile guys with somewhat of egos on the same tent. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. I guarantee you when these guys are done racing, they could probably go have dinner and be the best buddies. But while they're racing, it's hard to be friends with someone that you're trying so hard to beat.
Jordan Smith holding it down in third, and there is Joey Savacci moving up, trying to get into a podium spot. So a lot better ride for Savacci this week than last week. And they have cleared Alex Martin and Aaron Plessinger, who we saw go down. Behind them, you're going to have Osborne 5th, then Davalos, McElrath, Harrison. Plessinger back up at 9th, Peters 10th. Where is Alex Martin? Trying to find him on the screen here.
25th.
Wow. Huge, huge shakeup as far as the points are concerned, although certainly early in this moto and early in the year. But a bummer for Alex as you watch Savacci of the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki Green Machine trying to get Jordan Smith.
Well, for Alex Martin, he's out of the points right now. Like you said, plenty of time to work his way through the pack. But when you're the points leader at this point, yeah, you're not going to win the moto, but every single point counts. You know, a 13 is so valuable as opposed to no points. Let's see what he can do. Oh, Savacci has he almost actually landed in Smith. Wow, that inside worked. Got it past, took the line away. Nice move.
All right, Savacci into third. Can he run down the Yamahas, who actually are not that far ahead of him? Going to try to break up the blue party up front. Hey, we'll check in with our 450 pilots. Georgia's going to talk to Jason Anderson as he gets ready for his moto when we return. Battle continues here. Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. Jeremy Martin just took the lead from Cooper Webb, and they have company. Joey Savacci, while they were battling, has caught them. And I think J-Mart figured that out. I gotta go. He gets around his teammate. He's trying to pull away, and Webb is under serious fire now from Savacci. He's back with a vengeance to 37. Ninth and 7th of the motos last week. Wasn't happy about that.
I think for Webb being out front, he's possibly taken some of the lines that he did in practice, and I think some of them are just not quite working out like he hoped. Because every time we've seen Martin look at a different line, he usually was about to make the pass, but Webb was just so good at being defensive. He just shut the door every time. And now you see him trying to follow Jeremy Martin's lines.
And all while trying to hold off Savacci, but as you and I were saying during the break, don't count Webb out. We've seen a couple scenarios like this. He gets a good start, someone passes him, and he hangs back there, and then all of a sudden, the last 5 or 10 minutes of the moto, Webb ramps it back up. So Jeremy knows he's got to keep going, and Webb dealing with not only Savacci, but you've got Jordan Smith and the Geico Honda there. Then it's Osborne and Davalos, the teammates of the Rockstar Husqvarnas, who will be next.
McElrath 7th, and now Plessinger made up one position. He's passed the other teammate of Mitchell Harrison.
Yeah, there's 5 riders over that Yamaha squad, and they have had 5 guys in the top 10 in a lot of the laps so far this year. But Savacci, he's going to be a one-man gang here. He's going to try to go through all of them. First rider on his list is going to be Cooper Webb in second.
You see Jeremy Martin putting a little bit of distance. It's not huge, but any further, they will lose sight of him. But it's just been close enough that Cooper Webb has been following Martin's lines, trying to mimic him, knowing that some of the lines he's using are quick. Let's see if Cooper goes to the outside this time. Nope. He's going to go and protect that line. He's got that. He's got that middle line, and we've seen him very inside the very outside work. But Cooper choosing to stay with that middle line.
It was that section right there where Martin made the pass 1 lap ago, and Webb trying to ride defensively and just hold the Kawasaki man behind him. Savacci just attacking him everywhere.
Yeah, now around the outside. Now he's going to square it up. Whoa! Switch lines. Now they're going to be side by side. He's going to have to go to the outside. Savacci. He's just close enough. So now he's got the inside for the next corner. Webb takes a look over. He might just try and hang it out and go the long way around.
He is.
But no, lines come together. Savacci gets it done. So Cooper Webb just a little down on the pace. He's probably getting a little frustrated, but we've seen him trying to look and search, find new lines. Now he looks feisty.
Well, with how fast Savatgy was able to catch them, I've got to wonder if maybe he can catch a ride. Savatgy, you know, wants to go after the leader, Martin. He's not going to be happy in second. He wants to try to run the champion down. Gap that they've got to deal with is about 2.5 seconds. And let's send it down to Georgia. Going to get a little preview of our 450 moto in the next hour with Jason Anderson.
Jason Anderson, we are watching the 250 moto as we speak, but coming up next is you. Now, looking at the 250 moto, I know you guys are sitting in there watching it together. What is it that you look for to help you out when you get on track?
Yeah, lucky for us, we were able to watch a 250 moto and check out the lines and see where the guys are picking up time on other people and just trying to figure it out. You know, this track up here, you need to carry momentum because our bikes aren't as fast as they are at other places, so we'll see how it goes.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, there's no doubt that the elevation slows these machines down. It's especially tough on the 250s. Joey Savatgy, man, he has cleared Cooper Webb big time now and was a little quicker. Made up about half a second on Jeremy Martin, your leader.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see the lap time at the end of this lap because he's visibly just, you know, reeling him in slowly. You can see what he's done with Cooper Webb, you know, within a matter of, what's been a lap or two?
Just one, really. Oh, don't count out. You got Zach Osborne here. We kept mentioning him on the Rockstar Husqvarna. Now you can see him. He has got Jordan Smith in his sights. That is for 4th and 5th. Osborne struggling with his starts this year, and as we mentioned at the top of the moto, he said, I'm going to pick the inside gate and hope everybody goes wide. So even if I don't get a good start, I can make up for it.
It's called a safety blanket.
It worked. It's definitely right where he wants to be right now in the top 5. Every week on Titan, we're going to show you great American companies that are manufacturing and doing it big right here in America. We'll teach you advanced manufacturing techniques and clearly show you how we can bring work back to our shores. Put Americans back to work, Titan. Monday 9 Eastern and Pacific on MAV TV. Halfway through this race, 15 minutes down, 15 minutes to go. In 15 minutes, you can save 15% or more on your insurance. Team Davalos back here.
He's just going outside of outside right now. But his speed, look there, 215. You know, leaders are 213, but that is only Savatgy and Martin. Most of the other guys 215 as well. So the rider from Ecuador looking good. A little further back, Makarath.
Makarath on the Troy Lee Designs KTM. And a little bit further back, you had a battle with Hampshire, Cincerillo, and Harrison in the top 10. Here's your pass for the lead.
Yeah, just you see Martin comes down, carries more momentum. Now with the ruts, Webb can't block him, just goes a long way around. Jeremy just greases that corner beautifully. Cooper has nothing he can do.
He tries to run there, but nowhere to go.
Tried, closes the door, done deal. And this was the other pass. Savatgy went the long way around as well, had the inside, got it done.
So Webb, not what he wanted. He goes from 3rd to 1st. Savatgy digging after your leader, Jeremy Martin. This ain't your Papa's tractor. It's full throttle action. Shields down at thousands of horsepower. Full pull. Lucas Oil Pro Pulling League travels tracks all around the U.S., bringing competitive tractor pulling to the masses. Check it out Sunday 4 Eastern and Pacific on MAV TV, the Pro Pulling League. Brought to you by Lucas Oil. Well, we've had a big change here. Joey Savatgy not only caught Jeremy Martin, he passed him straight up here. Didn't even waste any time.
He caught him in a hurry and he passed him in a hurry. Let's have a look at the replay. This is right after the first turn, after the start. Martin goes to the outside. Savatgy just takes that inside line and rails that rut. A beautiful pass there. So Versace, Savatgy showing everyone, hey, round 1 was no fluke. Maybe round 2 was just a terrible day, but he is putting some distance. Savatgy's pace today is crazy fast. And he looks aggressive too. He looks committed. He almost looks like he's trying to prove something, and as he should. And he's doing a good job of it.
I cannot believe at the beginning of this moto, we were just talking about it being 1, 2, 3, 4 with the Yamahas. 2 of them crashed and have gone back, Plessinger and Alex Martin. But the other 2, Savatgy caught them and systematically passed them both. And you don't see people run down Cooper Webb and Jeremy Martin for the lead in motos very often.
This track, though, is, as you can see the guys, they battle to be consistent. You see them bouncing around, hitting different bumps and holes, different laps. It's hard to explain this type of track. It's on the side of a mountain. It's got a little rocky base. They rip it, they water it. A lot of off-cameras, a lot of deep ruts, and it just suits some guys. And you can see with Savatgy, he's got that flow going. He's got that, you know, he just looks like he's just doing everything well. See Webb back here. He's kind of a lonely third at the moment, but fourth is becoming quite the battle. Osborne now, caught right up with Smith. Now he looks to the inside. These lines come together. Oh, I was going to say, those lines come together, that outside and inside. But Osborne, very smart, knew that. Now he's going to try and square it up and go straight to the exit. That's a textbook pass. Kids at home, when you can do that, that's called a block pass. You just square it up, go straight to the exit, take the line away.
No contact needed either, so Osborne, a nice move to get into fourth around Jordan Smith. So the Rockstar Husky moving forward. Smith's on that Geico Honda. And then another Rockstar Husky, Davalos in sixth. McElrath, Hampshire, Cincerulo, and Mitchell Harrison round out your top 10. Plessinger must have gone down again. We got him back up to 7th. Now he's 12th. And Alex Martin is a lowly 16th after the early crash. So could be looking at maybe Savatgy being the points leader again.
Or would it be someone different? Because if I'm not mistaken, it might even... No, if he wins his moto, he will be leading. Wow. Without a doubt.
All right, just take that last week and use it like a tear-off for Savatgy.
You have to sometimes.
Move past it.
When people say what happened, you just go, don't know, don't care, it happened, but as long as it doesn't happen again.
Jordan Smith putting a good season together here. Now, he had that crash last week and wasn't able to finish the motos, but he has been pretty darn quick in all the motos this year. Again, 450's coming up in the next hour. Let's get more on that. We'll send it to Georgia in the BTO KTM pits.
The 167 of Benny Bloss on the BTO KTM. Now this is your third professional race. How is it going from the amateur ranks coming up, and how's your season been so far?
It's pretty great. I love it. It's a lot of fun. Just getting to have a schedule and stuff is very, very nice. The pro racing is a lot faster and a lot harder, and the motos are longer, but I love it. The BTO sports bike is amazing, and couldn't be happier.
Best of luck. Thanks, Benny.
Yeah, pro rookie, but he has to ride the 450s because he's, as I said last week, too huge to ride 250.
He's a big kid. Yeah. That is a big kid.
6'5" goes Benny. We see McElrath. This is the closest battle on the track right now. Davalos 6th. McElrath 7th on that GoPro Red Bull Troy Lee Designs KTM as they go past the Fram Mechanics area. They're cheering Shane on.
Terrible towels out.
Yeah, they're even yellow.
Yeah, they use those microfiber towels to wipe the pit boards down. So sometimes at this point in the moto, there's not a whole lot to tell your rider, except you just want to pump him up by waving everything you can. So when he looks at you, you know, they feel it because they know, like, hey, my mechanic's really excited about my ride. I'm moving forward, and he doesn't have to tell me anything. I can see the guy in front of me.
Oh, the guy who can see is Adam Cincerulo on the number 44. He has caught RJ Hampshire. It's a battle for 8th and 9th. And then behind them, you got Mitchell Harrison, another one of the Yamaluke Star Racing Yamaha riders. Honestly, we have not seen. Whoa, Cincerulo, hold on to it.
Yeah, he took the scenic route there, but pulls it back. How about that?
Yeah.
Barely off the track, and now he's going after a pass. That was actually quite neat.
I don't know how he didn't lose time. In fact, he made up some. All good. Now down to the inside. He's
charging now.
Yeah.
He wants that position. He's committed down the inside, just hammering those braking bumps harder than Hampshire was able to. Oh, a little look back.
All right, so AC finally completes that pass. That was pretty crazy how to make that happen.
Yeah. Well, here we see AC's little wild ride. Comes up the inside, gets on the gas hard, but he starts running out of real estate. Yeah, well, you know what? Just keep the throttle on. Use your body. Use your legs. Use everything. Get back on track. Lean back. Oh, that's beautiful.
Well, you can see here's why he didn't lose time. Hampshire was having his own problems, making a couple bobbles as well. I can't believe AC pulled this jump off still.
It was slick.
Barely got over it. Haven't seen much of him this year. Obviously a high-profile rider because how successful he was as an amateur, but it's been hurt a lot. And the motos this year have been good. Nothing spectacular or flashy. He's gotten kind of bad starts and has hovered around that 10th place spot. But coming to life here.
Well, I'm glad we're talking about him racing, not from the sidelines standpoint. This looks like another Troy Lee rider. Oh,
Oldenburg.
Yep, so, running up the top 10.
Yep, so he has gotten around Harrison, who comes through next. Oldenburg, another, like you said, Troy Lee rider. Then Harrison, and then Plessinger, who had the crashes, would be next in 12th.
Yeah, what an interesting turn of events. Like you were saying at the beginning of the moto, it was a Yamaha commercial. Oh, Harrison caught that fork leg on the outside of the rut. Straighten it up very quickly.
Yeah, I would have put, I'm not a betting man, and I'm very cheap, but I would have put a lot of money down on a Yamaha winning this moto. And if it ends like this, it's not going to happen. A 4.5-second lead for Joey Savacci as we watch Mitchell Harrison, who's the 5th man on that team. He's a rookie, so they've got some established players who have won races, led the points, won titles before. And they got this guy in the wings, and he hasn't been bad. He just, the standard set by his teammates.
I was going to say,
yeah.
It's sad for him because he's actually ridden pretty well this season. He's healthy. He's been like top 10.
Yeah.
But it's been like we've talked about. Oh, look at the bent bars. So Eric Plessinger, look at that left side.
Wow.
I don't know if it's just the handguard, but it actually looks like the handlebars might be bent. So he may have had that bike take a good beating.
We're watching all these riders come through, and we still haven't seen Alex Martin. There he is. That's a 16th place for him. So we saw Harrison Plessinger, Colt Nichols, Peters, and unfortunately the red plate and maybe the red gear are going to be gone for Alex Martin probably by the end of today's race, unless there's some problems for other riders.
Yeah.
Because 16th place only going to score 5 points.
But as we say before, as frustrating as this is, he's got to have a goal right now. I'm thinking I could get to 11. You know what I mean? A lot of times this deep in the race when you know, okay, I got about 5 laps to go. My pace is this. I'm catching these guys. You got to almost set yourself a goal. And I do believe he just picked up. That was for position, or was it?
No, I don't think so.
No.
So 16. Oh man, and if not for a crash, it'd be interesting to see what happened as he and Plessinger were both down together. I'm not sure if they crashed into each other or not. Either way, Amar's got some work to do to try to scratch and claw for points. These fans like this, and they're looking forward to the 450s next. Alex Martin was your points leader coming into today's racing. You see him in that red gear. A crash early in this moto. He is in comeback mode. He just passed his good buddy Kyle Peters. That puts him into 15th place. Now trying to get Jesse Nelson for 14th. And how fast, Grant Langston, is Alex Martin going?
We just had a look at the lap times. He was the fastest man on track last lap around. He looks like a man possessed, attacking this track. Oh, look at him through the ruts there. I mean, he's literally using pure corner speed to keep him upright. I don't know exactly what happened, but he is in, never mind damage control. He's going, I want to win a title this year, so I'd rather go out in flames than roll over. Because look at him.
He just passed Nelson. Nelson's gone. I mean, he just went by him.
He is riding so fast. Let's look through traffic. I want to see what this lap time is, because this is impressive. There's Plessinger. There's plenty of points up for grab, because there's still 3 laps to go for him.
Yeah, there's a pack right in front of him. Colt Nichols, Plessinger back to Jeremy Martin. Wait a minute. Jeremy Martin is in the lead. Joey Savacci went down. Savacci with a 2:29 lap was running 2:15. So Savacci, who put in such a masterful ride to pass all these Yamaha riders and pull away, has handed the lead back over to Jeremy Martin.
Wow. That is interesting, because with the lead Savacci had, I would have thought he would have toned it down a little bit. You know, it's racing. These things happen. But I know it's really frustrating as an athlete. I think it happened to me once. When you have the race in the bag. I did it on the last lap. You throw it away. And I made sure that never happened again. But you never know. This track is so technical, so tough, and so easy to fall. I mean, we've seen it many, many a time.
Here comes Savacci, 2nd place and 6 seconds down. So he's probably going to be out of time to make a run. And boy, is he going to be steamed at the end of this one. Had it. Absolutely had it.
And then right behind him, you saw Cooper Webb jumping the shot. So now Webb, he's probably going, oh, we've got a, you know, wounded fish, and he's the shark in the waters right now.
How tough is that to regain your composure?
It's very tough. After you go down, you lose your rhythm. Sometimes the bike's a little bit bent. You can see mud on his right side, so I'm assuming either way it was either a right-hander or he went down on that kind of right side. But it takes a lap or two to just kind of get your bearings again. Maybe get used to the clutch lever being down or up, or the bars a little tweak, whatever it may be. But yes, it is a little tough, but you have to almost do a mental reset and get back in the groove.
Well, I said I bet a lot of money on the first few laps of this moto that a Yamaha was going to win it.
What's a lot of money to you, $1?
In. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I would have got a It's usually the change of jingles is all I'm willing to spend. But I would have been right, but only by pure luck. I mean, the Yamaha boys were absolutely dominant. 1, 2, 3, 4 early in this race. It looked like it was going to be their party. Savacci crashed the party, but then he crashed. And it looks like it could be Jeremy Martin's victory. Cooper Webb's not giving up.
No, he's charging. That's what's it. He reminds me of that guy. When he sees blood in the water, he'll go for it. This guy just quietly does his thing.
Well, I think that's why everybody knew that Jeremy would be so hard to beat for this title. We've seen him face plenty of adversity before, and he usually makes the most of any situation he's dealt. It's kind of what he did in this moto. And by the way, Jeremy Martin hasn't even been riding much so far this year because of a head cold that still subsists. He still wasn't able to put in a normal week this week.
Oh, look at Webb. He's got the eye of the tiger right now. He wants Savachi. Wow. Any rider knows the difference between second and third in the first moto could be huge. Because second in the first moto, and I've said it before, it's almost as good as a win, because all you have to do, if you win the second moto, there's no math required. You will win the overall with a 2-1 regardless. 3-1, you might need a little bit of help from the guy who won the first moto. So Webb wants his, for the big picture as well, it's just 2 points. I mean, these guys are competitors. But Savachi is going, no. I went down. I'm not rolling over. I'm going to take this second with a stiff upper lip, regroup, come back to Moto 2.
Well, you said it might take a lap or two to get his bearings back, and I think that's exactly what's happened now.
Yeah, he got his bearings, and now he's showing that raw pace that he's had all Moto long. Webb's really trying, and basically trying to follow Savachi, use him as a, tow rope almost, keep him coming with, but Savachi does seem to have just a little more pace in this Moto than the other guys around him.
In these ruts, man, it's just no hesitation, just attacking some difficult sections and decisive. Wow. Knows exactly where he wants to go.
Well, the white flag, last lap. There's the leader, Jeremy Martin. He's got a good-sized gap. Nothing's guaranteed. We've seen that. No. Savachi made a little bobble coming that turn, but he cut in. Look at that. Jeremy Martin 2:16, Savachi 2:14, Webb 2:14. These two are pushing. I know Jeremy Martin's having a look over his shoulder every now and then coming out of these corners. Oh, Webb was committed there. Needed about a foot or two more closer to Savachi to make that happen. Oh, that's going to be a wild last lap.
Man, what's getting into Webb late in these motos? He charged hard last week. Was able to take the lead with 3 laps to go. Savachi has upped his pace significantly and is making up ground on the leader. And Webb is actually faster still.
Wow. Yeah, these guys really riding on edge. If you guys at home could actually hear how much they rev these 250s to the inside. Webb trying everything he can not to follow, but also not to lose ground. Look, there goes your leader.
Close.
They're close. I mean, not quite close enough with 1 lap or half a lap to go, but what a little bobble there from J-Mart could change things. And 1 bobble from either of these two could change things.
We've seen it from all 3 of them at some point in this moto. It's definitely possible. They've got different areas where they're good and bad, Savachi and Webb.
Yeah,
this area seems to favor Savachi, you can see.
Pulls away.
But some of those tight corners by the mechanics area, Webb pulls back up. So this is going to be fun to watch.
Unfortunately, time is running out, though. You see there's that mud on that right side I was talking about. You see it down the pant leg and that of Savachi. 1, 2, 3 are going to end up really close to the finish line. There you can see it when the cameraman pans out. Our top 3 all in the shot. I just don't think Webb's going to get it done with only a few corners left.
He's good in this area, and he's able to close right back in. But I don't know if he has enough time or distance to make the pass, as Jeremy Martin appears to be headed toward his 2nd moto win of the year, and that would also be his 2nd moto win in a row. Won the 2nd moto last week. Although no one is safe until you cross the checkered flag on this rutted racetrack.
With 1 turn to go, this is all said and done.
He's got it. Jeremy Martin. Maybe it wasn't the way he wanted to win it, but he does win the first moto here at Lakewood. Savachi crosses the finish line, and that's the one that got away. Yeah. He had the solid gap, had the lead.
Nice charge from Cooper at the end there. Gave it everything he had. Made it exciting for us. Great for these guys.
Could be a good reset and restart when we go to Moto 2 for these guys, and we'll talk to our winners after this.
The Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championships is brought to you by Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world. And by Kawasaki, the Kawasaki KX, the bike that builds champions.
Great 250 moto number 1 here at Lucas Oil Motocross from Thunder Valley. First, a crash between 2 teammates. Alex Martin, your points leader, the 23 of Plessinger, down. I don't think they hit each other, but they were both down after running 3rd and 4th. Your leader was Cooper Webb, another Yamaha rider, challenged by another Yamaha rider, Jeremy Martin. Martin goes around the outside to take the lead.
Yeah, Martin had worked that outside, tried the inside. Webb was using that middle line. Webb tries to come back there, but Martin slams it all, holds on. But then Savacci picked up the pace, gets by Cooper Webb, and he wasn't done there yet because he would set his sights on the leader, Jeremy Martin, and it only took very little time up the inside. Great power move, gets on the throttle. And we saw a Savacci that we saw at round 1. He started stretching out, but he would go down, opening the door for Jeremy Martin.
Savacci did everything right and did everything except win the Moto. 20th career Moto win for this guy, Jeremy Martin. Georgia?
Yes, and it was the second in a row of winning the races after last weekend. Now, that was the Jeremy Martin for the last 2 years that we haven't seen in the first couple of races, but we know that's because you weren't feeling too great. You did have that head cold. I'm guessing you're feeling a little better, and are things with the bike getting together as well?
Yeah, you know, I'm starting to feel better. We're up here at elevation. I can still feel the effects of the beginning of the series when I got that cold, but you know, we got off to a good start and was riding good, and I had a great battle with Cooper, and I was just getting roosted everywhere. I could hear the fans cheering, and then I was like, man, he's right on me, and then I heard it was Savacci. I took a look back and I saw him, and he was going fast, and he got by me, and then he was gapping me, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna try to learn from him and just try to see if I could catch back up to him. And he made a mistake and went down, and you know, I was able to capitalize on it and get the win. And I just got to thank Andy from Thor, Lucas Myrtle, Chad Schweitzer, Richard, my race mechanic, and the man up above, and my mom and dad.
Well, congratulations, Jeremy Martin with the first Moto win.
Well, didn't necessarily go to the fastest guy, but that's not always how it works in racing. Savacci had some speed. What? Alex Martin finished 8th?
Dude, he came through like a madman. I tell you what, that was a championship performance right there. 16th to 8th in the last few laps, and everyone was spread out. Really impressive.
Cianciarulo, best ride of the year for him to finish up in 6th. Mitchell Harrison and Plessinger 11th and 14th for those other Yamaha boys. Let's send it back to Georgia.
Yes, Joey Savacci, what an unbelievable race. Obviously leading the majority of it. We didn't see what happened with that crash. Give us an update of what happened.
Just that double section right before the mechanics area. Came up on a lapper and probably shouldn't have followed him, but got a little bit too close, couldn't see, and got a little bit off balance. Foot peg caught the dirt as I took off, and it ripped my foot off and went down. So I'm glad to not be hurt or anything, because it felt bad once I got up. But all in all, it was a good ride. My Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki got me off to a great start. Dunlop tires, Fox, Specialized, wrist brace guy, bell helmets, Scott goggles. You know, just everybody. We've been working hard. Last weekend wasn't what I wanted, but I think we came out here hungry this weekend, and we got a lot done during the week at the farm with Jeannie and Ricky. So come out hungry for that second moto and try to eliminate those mistakes.
Congratulations on second. Gosh, guys, I am looking forward to this next race.
Well, so is he. He's still happy, actually.
Yeah, that's because he knows he's got what it takes to win today.
Well, you'll see it later on. 4 o'clock, we'll be live on NBCSN for our second 250 Moto, but you want to stay with us here right now on MAV TV as we get to our first 450 Moto. So keep us tuned on all day long. Let's send it back to Georgia.
Yes, Cooper Webb, what a great start to that race. This track has been said that it's pretty rough out there right now. Going into the second moto, what are you going to learn and take with you for that second one?
Yeah, it's definitely getting rough and just pretty weird. You know, there's a lot of holes and weird little edges out there. So, you know, they got off to a hole shot, which was really good. That was my first ever one, and just didn't ride very good the first half and was struggling. And then felt better towards the end, but those guys were kind of already too far out. And then Joey ended up crashing, and that lit a fire under me, and was just close but no cigar. But we'll come back to the second moto and try to do the best I can. But I want to thank the Lord Jesus Christ, my mom and dad, the whole Star Racing Yamaha, Yamaloop team, Rockstar Energy, Toy Escondido, 100%, my trainer Gareth Swanepoel, and mechanic Eric, and hopefully we'll be back up here next one.
Thanks, Cooper. Guys, we definitely saw a fire in Cooper Webb after that moto.
we sure did. I can't believe it, man.
Oh, sets us up for great racing, but that's the 250. Let's go 450 racing. Hit Eli Tomac. He's ready to go. So are we. We'll be right back.